Whenever we're out and about, we're constantly scanning for anything unusual, whether it be sight, sound, colour or movement, and it also pays to look in all directions, not only at ground level, because you never know what else could be lurking, like this little fellow sitting in the tree above us. If you do happen to spot one, you can often get in pretty close for a photo, because they tend to be a bit curious. So as long as you take it slow, they'll often just sit there watching you.
If you're careful with these little guys, start taking some shots further back, then get a little bit closer, take a few more, hopefully he'll stay put. Try a few different apertures. It's a very even light, no sun glaring around the place. I'm going to try and get a little bit closer and get a headshot.
The morepork is New Zealand's only native owl, and while they're generally a nighttime bird, we do often see them during the day, especially in late afternoon or early morning. Their Maori name Ruru means big eyes. They're incredibly sharp at picking up the slightest movement, even in extremely low light, and are perfectly designed for tracking down prey like moths, beetles, birds, lizards, and pretty much anything right through to rats.
Everyone has their limit.
After a couple of hours of prowling through some low country, we eventually heard a distant roar coming from a high knob up ahead. We made a beeline straight towards him, and within 20 minutes had closed the gap to around 150 metres. At first it appeared he was staying put and wouldn't move, which had us concerned due to the nature of the bush. High fern kept visibility to a minimum, which meant trying to creep in close would be difficult without being detected. We decided to stay put and see what happens.
Here he goes.
No!
Jesus. Nice stag too. Oh man. Nice stag. Oh Jesus, he got a fright, didn't he? Yeah. He's a good stag. He sounded like a young boy.
Yeah, he had nice three on the tops.
Yeah, astounding. Oh, boy, we were looking for him to come over here, and he's just sneaking through here and then pokes his nose through. I didn't even bother taking a shot because I'm stuck behind this tree here, so I didn't even bother, you know. Close.
Yeah, steep, eh? Very steep.
Yeah, we weren't going to actually give them a shot because we lost them. And when you get below deer when they're roaring above, it can be hard to hear, and sometimes you can't hear them at all. So you've got to really go blind and just hope they're up there. Whew, boy, that was exciting. That was totally unpredictable. He's I'm there, you're there, and he's probably 3 or 4 metres. That's what I'm talking about. I'll have to take that off. Okay, let's go. See what else we can do, Steve.
He started barking, so I decided to sneak forward and try and get another look at him. We'd seen a nice 10-point stag in this area last year, so we'd assume it's probably the same stag. If so, he's now 11 points, and what a beauty. Well, this is quite interesting. Obviously another hunter or somebody's come through here looking for a stag, and I would imagine this is his roaring device. Puts out a pretty good sound. Perhaps just a little bit light on volume. We prefer to use an ordinary cow horn. Just tends to reach out a bit further. A little bit louder. Of course, there's all sorts of things people use these days, anything from PVC pipe through to electronic calling machines. But this guy, I think maybe he tossed it away because nothing answered him. Who knows?
Boy, that was freaky. Hey, look, I'll tell you something. Only 10 minutes ago, it's actually 6 o'clock when we were down the road, and we gave a roar, a steep thing up here. We thought, oh, we'll give it a shot, give him a roar.
We nearly didn't attempt this stag due to the fading light. It's difficult enough during full daylight using cameras in the bush, let alone just on dark.
Next thing, we climbed up a bit, nothing, got to here, and he was around from the side from us, and we thought, it's worth a shot, didn't we, Steve?
Yeah.
Worth a shot because it's so dismal whether you could even see with the camera. And sure enough, then he comes here, he's just here. Then he goes, I see him going down there. I don't know what you can see there because I've got a big tree here, but hopefully you saw a bit of the sucker.
A little bit.
Yeah, and then he comes in there and, man, beautiful.
This stag was keen, but notice how he takes the cautious approach and circles around rather than coming straight down towards the roaring. Sometimes a stag will do this to try and pick up your scent and make sure you are what you claim to be.
Crikey, Dick. I don't know, man, this is dismal light. I thought I'd try the flash. The camera wouldn't take it. Wouldn't focus.
Yeah, I saw the flicker of the light.
Yeah, see his eyes. I saw his eyes go all sort of... Man, beautiful. Boy, they're exciting.
Real close to me.
Oh yeah, I know, I was watching him coming down.
Unfortunately, the fern and crap was in the way, you know?
Just down
Yeah.
there. That's what it's about, my friends. So far up these hills, miles up, and finally get a roar, and the wind can stuff it bang like that. Once they get a whiff of you, gone. We might have to go back down and across. See how that
We're back in Fiordland on yet another beautiful day, climbed way up high, nearly to the open tops. We've picked up a roar, but the breeze is a bit inconsistent, so we're having difficulty deciding on our approach.
It's good, isn't it?
This guy sounds like a lion. If you'd never heard a stag before and you didn't know what it was, you could easily and understandably end up requiring an unscheduled toilet stop.
Coming, we could just get a glimpse of him in there, and he either smelled us or saw us or something. I don't know what happened, but he was really angry, wasn't he? That's how we love him. Bring it on, bring it on. Angry stags are exciting. We'll go up and have a little poke around, but once he started to move away like that, you're pretty well stuffed.
Once a stag becomes suspicious, they'll usually keep moving away and are very hard to keep up with. He may keep barking and roaring, but they'll always seem to stay just ahead of you. With determination and persistence, you may get to see him again. But they'll almost never come back in towards you once they've been spooked.
Steve's going to have to go in with the camera and try and get some film of him, because we can't tolerate this any longer. This business of running around the hills like we've got endless energy.
That was a bit of a bummer. He roared fantastically, just really angry, and that's just how we like them. But unfortunately, he started to come down toward us earlier on, but he must have got just a little drift of wind, or maybe he glimpsed us. I'm not quite sure what happened. And anyway, he just started heading away, but he kept on roaring, so we thought, oh, well, we'll stick on his tail, just see if we can get a bit of a look at him. And because it's always good just to see what they've got on top. So anyway, it was decided, yep, I'll just run ahead with the camera just to see if I can get that little bit of footage. And of course I'm running along and you're puffing and panting and it's exciting, the nerves are going. And anyway, I managed to see him standing there, zoomed in, got a quick shot, and unfortunately it's pretty shaky, but that's what happens out here. It's real wild stuff and it's steep country. You know, you win some, you lose some, but it's exciting and it's rewarding. Now we're going to go and find ourselves a stag that'll come in real close to the camera.
Oh, she's steep down there. Earlier in the day we were going to consider crossing that gorge. It's a serious waterfall and cliffs, as you can see. I think it's important when you're travelling around places like Fiordland to have a map, GPS, and give yourself plenty of time to negotiate a new route, as we're going to have to do now.
Every time we come through this area, we always come across a few Kaka. These fantastic large bush parrots are endemic to New Zealand, which means they're not found anywhere else in the world. Although similar, unlike the kia, Kaka are found on both the North Island and the South, along with several offshore islands. And from what we've seen, this area appears to be one of the strongholds. They're often found in pairs and can be quite comical to watch as they skip from branch to branch looking for tasty morsels. They've got incredibly powerful beaks and can tear off big chunks of bark to reveal delicious hoo-hoo grubs and other creatures.
Oh, it's just great to get the creatures all in their natural habitat. Picking away at trees, tearing bark off trees, characters. Just left the road. It's only 100 metres down there. Gave a roar just off the road to see what had happened. This guy's going off his head. Fingers crossed, we've got 1 hour left of light. We're going to try and bring him down. No! We go straight up there, or we go round and then hassle around? Hey.
The slope was quite steep, but we wanted to close the distance fairly fast, as there was only perhaps 20 minutes of daylight left before it would get too dismal. The fern was incredibly deep in this spot, which made it quite good for hiding under, because you could still see over the top of it. It was now obvious he was on his way down, When it goes quiet, or in this case we could actually hear him coming through, it pays to keep your movement to a minimum, because he'll probably be looking in your direction as he makes his way down, expecting to see another stag.
Ooh. Was he going to go here or what? Hey? He come in close there, didn't he? Just saw my little shaky little cheeks going. By crikey, that's what it's about, friends. That's what it's about. A scary red stag coming in close and allowing you to get a few shots.
Steep country too, eh?
Steep country. Look, only 10 minutes ago, as I said back there, you can hear the traffic there. Just a weird little spot where no one's been. Give a roar off the road, get a response. Can't believe it. Whew, marvellous. Just, oh, it's marvellous. Jeepers, I can't believe that. It's all about luck. Come on. Oh yeah, it's a little bit off skew there, because what I'd done was I was taking some shots out here and set my what do you call it, focus point to the side just to get some special shots. I didn't turn it back. So I've got the stag offset here, but I mean, it's dismal light here. It doesn't look it in the camera, but it is. But can you see him now? Sort of. That's him. Oh, sorry, that's him there. Can you see him?
Yeah.
Sweet guy, isn't he? Lovely. Beautiful animal. Not the biggest of racks or anything, but makes beautiful pictures.
It's hard, because it's so steep. I was trying to lay down in the fern, quite low, holding the camera above the fern.
He came in nicely. Steve's just there. You probably heard what he said, and that's about it. And this is good because we can get tucked down a little bit. It's about how close you want him to come, and then the wind. Because once he gets to that close point, he'd probably put his head down and give you one. Anyway, that's great. That's just marvellous. Thanks for coming along, and we'll see you next time.
You know, sometimes you'll be really surprised just where a stag could be living. So you can walk in for miles into the backcountry and there's nothing there, and yet there could be one right under your very nose, only sometimes minutes from the road. But anyway,
it's getting a bit cool. We've got a fire to light, so we'll see you next time.